Very glad to have with us Carly Waddell. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good, very good. So tell us a little bit, what made you decide to go on the show?
Well, my brother was actually on the show. He was on Desiree's season of The Bachelorette. So when we did hometown dates here, everyone met me, and they were kind of like, oh my gosh, your sister's so cute. Is she single? And would she ever consider being on? So it's actually supposed to be on Juan Pablo's season. And I had already met him a few times, and I was like, I don't think I want to date Juan Pablo. I don't think he wants to date me either. So then when it was Chris, I was like, I have to get on the show. So I mean, I called everyone and emailed everyone I knew, and I was like such an advocate about being on at that point.
And you got on, which is awesome.
I did. I did.
What was that experience like for you overall? Now that it's all done, what did you think of it?
It was the coolest experience I think I've ever had. I mean, no one gets to do that. You know, yes, this time there were 30 of us instead of the usual 25, but it's an experience that no one gets to have, and I just feel like so blessed that I got to do it at all. Even though, you know, it didn't pan out for me and Chris, I still have some of my new best friends for life from the show.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
That's really good to hear. And now everyone wants to know, have you found love since?
No,
No.
I haven't.
Have you been looking as much now, or you just kind of let it go, or where are you at?
I'm definitely dating. I just haven't found the right person yet. You know, I haven't gotten the butterflies or spark yet, I guess. So.
It's definitely looking, for
Yeah.
sure. It's a hard thing to jump back into because you don't really know, like, where do I meet people? Where do I go? What do I do? How do I do it? Like, it's just hard.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for God to just, like, drop him into my lap or something.
Right?
Which
If it was
is
that
what
easy.
happened. Hoping.
I know, exactly.
Yes, I know. I mean, it will happen when it's supposed to happen.
How about any of Zach's friends? Does he have any friends?
Zach, like most of Zach's friends are married.
Oh.
But, you know, his friends from the show, I ended up being friends with some of them, but it's kind of like little sister complex. You know, when they knew Zach first, I ended up not being like an attractive woman they'd want to date. Instead, I was like kid sister, which is ridiculous. But yeah, so I was like, oh man, he has cute guys on his season. And then I was like, oh man, they all think I'm like a 12-year-old when I'm like 30.
Oh
Chill
my
out.
goodness. See? And then also I wanted to ask you, Zach is also engaged?
He's getting married in June.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
exciting. Congratulations to him. Where did he find his fiance?
At actually an outdoor concert. They met. It's an adorable story, but like he met her, and then a couple weeks later, he didn't get her number or anything 'cause she was with another guy, and then he saw her again in a bar and went up to her and he's like, I've been searching for you, but he got the wrong name. He was like, you're Whitney, and her name's Elizabeth. And she's like, no, my name's Elizabeth. And he was like, no, I promise I've been searching for you. I just got the wrong name. I'm so sorry.
No.
And so they ended up going to coffee, and like the rest is history. But I love her so much. She's just the perfect person for him and the most wonderful girl ever. I'm like lucky that she's going to be my sister. She's the greatest.
That's so great. I love hearing these nice little love stories. That's great. It's so happy.
Yeah,
Are you
great.
excited for the wedding?
Yeah, it's in Ireland, so that'll be
Really?
awesome. Yeah, it's a really small, just family wedding. It's just going to be me and both my brothers, my mom and dad, and then her parents and her brother and her aunt.
Is she from there? Is that why you're doing that?
No, actually, Zach just traveled to Ireland a couple of years ago when he was backpacking, and he fell in love with it, and I think he was thinking it would be a perfect place for a wedding, and they planned it, and that's where he proposed, and so now they're going back. I mean, I've never been, so I'm excited.
That's great. Oh, that's so awesome. Okay, so now back to the show experience. Is everything pretty much how it's portrayed? Everything that they're kind of showing, or do you pretty much say everything's kind of clipped, edited, and kind of portrayed in that way? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's aspects of both. I mean, there's sometimes where you watch the whole thing and you're like, wow, that's exactly like it played out. And something, it's the essence of what happened, but also, you know, there's editing for sure. It's a TV show.
Yeah.
There's editing.
It's to be expected, exactly. Now, do you have a favorite group date that you went on?
Favorite group date? Oh, mine was a songwriting group date.
Yeah, I figured you'd say that. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was so cool to me because I've written songs for forever, but I've never had like background put to my songs before like that. And I sang it completely a cappella, and then when I saw it on TV, they had added music to it, and it was like, to me, I was like, that's a dream come true.
That's so neat.
I don't know, it was really cool. I was expecting to just watch me snapping my fingers, and instead there's like this beautiful music behind me, and I don't know, it was really cool. And also Big and Rich for the nicest people.
Oh my gosh.
They are so nice. They're so encouraging. I mean, it was weird for the people who weren't singers. Like, I know that some of them are really picked out, but they did such a good job of helping us feel comfortable.
That's so awesome. Oh my gosh, I'm a big fan too. I'm like, wow.
Oh, I was like starstruck. It's so cool.
Wow, and to see everyone's down to earth and everything, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So cool.
They're so real. So real.
Wow. And then, okay, so also tell us now, how do you feel about Whitney being the chosen one for Chris? How do you feel about Whitney being his person?
Oh my gosh, I love Whitney. Whitney and I, at the very end, were roommates. So we got to choose our roommates, and it was usually me, Jade, and Whitney. And then at the last place in Iowa, Whitney was my roommate. And I just knew, like, all the conversations I had with her, I knew how much she liked him. Mm-hmm. And so when he chose her, I was like, she's so perfect. All she wants to do is have kids and be in love, and she wanted, you know, a family. So it was, to me, he was so smart. He was so smart in his choice.
And do you watch Chris now on Dancing with the Stars? Do you keep up with them?
I do.
I do. You do?
Yeah, he is. His outfit last week was very interesting.
It was.
It's like, that's Hercules. But yeah, I mean, I understand his struggle with dancing, because on cruise ships I had to dance all the time, and dancing's not my forte, like, at all. I get really frustrated because it's really hard. It's really hard.
Oh, I'm sure.
And so, yeah, so he's doing a great job, and he's handling it really well, because I know personally, when you're not a dancer, how frustrated you can get when the dance moves don't come that easily to you.
Yep, exactly. And then some of the other contestants, it's like they were born to do this, and then it's crazy.
These people are so good.
I know.
It's bizarre. I'm like, what? How are you not a dancer? Like, how is that not something that you do professionally? It blows my mind.
I know. And you think about the number of hours they have to practice and rehearsals. It's crazy.
I know. I'd be exhausted. It'd be so exhausting.
Exactly.
But he's doing great.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Rooting for him.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, okay, so would you actually do Bachelor in Paradise if they asked you that?
Yeah, I mean, I would. I don't see why I wouldn't. The one thing I like about Bachelor in Paradise is there's multiple options. Mm-hmm. You know, you don't go on just having one guy. You have, like, 5 or 6 or something like that to choose from?
Right.
So I think that lying on a beach and meeting hot men sounds like a great time.
I agree. Oh, definitely. I love watching that. Everything, Bachelorette, Bachelor, everything's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, did you watch a lot of the seasons before?
You know, I've seen them off and on. I watched Sean's season and Emily's season. I don't know. Those are kind of the only two I really watched. I mean, I obviously watched Desiree's because Zach was, you know. But it's kind of the later seasons that I've really watched. And then I watched part of Andy's season, more towards, like, the end when you started to, like, really get to know the guys. But I haven't watched it, like, since the beginning by any means. My best friend is obsessed with the show. She's watched every single season that's ever existed.
Really?
And her her like biggest dream was for me to be on the show, and the fact that it happened, she's like, I don't even need to have another dream. Like my dream has come true.
Oh my gosh.
So she was kind of telling me like, you know, things to do and things to say, and she's like, I have so many hints for you.
Wow, see, she has it all played out. She knows.
She did. She knew. I didn't know, but she did.
Oh my gosh. Did you also hear of that show? I think it's called Married at First Sight.
Yeah.
Do you watch that?
No, it sounds crazy. I can't even imagine doing that.
You heard
that? That is a show I would not be on.
Yeah, that one. That's a huge risk to marry them first and then get to know each other. That's so crazy.
Oh, I can't even imagine that at all. Because, like, what do? You walk down an aisle and you're like, I am not physically attracted to that person. And that is the only thing you know about them at that point.
Yep.
Is your physical attraction. And then you're like, okay, what next?
How do you feel about Bachelorettes, Britt and Caitlin, at the moment? How do you feel about that whole scenario?
It makes me a little bit sad because I know that one of those girls is going to be sent home, and that's going to suck.
Yeah.
So that was my initial response was like, well, first my initial response was like, what? And then I was like, that's really sad because regardless of my relationship with either of the girls, you know, being rejected by one guy, that was bad enough. But being rejected by like 25 guys,
yep,
and they're saying, oh no, I want to get her, not you. Like that sucks.
Do you still talk to either one of them? Or are you cool with everyone?
Yeah, I definitely, like, Caitlin and I were really, really, really close. I would consider Caitlin one of my closest friends now, too. And, you know, I talked to Britt after Women Tell All, and we just kind of, we resolved our issues, you know, just kind of said that was blown way out of proportion. But, yeah, Caitlin will always be my friend. You know, Britt and I have settled our differences, and we're totally amicable, so...
Exactly, yeah. Exactly. And now, do you get recognized out and about, like on the street? I mean, do people come up to you?
Yeah, they do. It's not, I don't know, it's kind of random. Like, if I go out to bars or something on the weekend in Dallas, for sure people will recognize me. Sometimes at the grocery store, people recognize me. I was shopping the mall. But it's not like I'm Brad Pitt or anything. So it's not like people are hounding me. It's just kind of like randoms.
Uh-huh.
Like I could go to the mall and someone could recognize me, and I could also go to the mall and someone won't recognize me. And either way, that's totally okay. The only weird part is when I know someone recognizes me and they have their phone out and they're like taking pictures of me while I'm walking by. And I just want to say, come take a picture with me. Like, I will take a picture with you. That picture's going to be terrible.
Exactly. Might as well.
Like, that's so weird.
Right, yeah. Right. Is it a lot of the time mothers and their daughters that watch the show? Like girls, guys?
It's a lot of young, like people my age or college age kind of people. But also I was out the other day and a guy recognized me before any of the girls did. He was like, that's a girl show. And I was like, oh, wow. Yeah.
Can you imagine, though, if he's cute? Hello?
He was cute.
Yeah.
But he didn't come talk to me. I just heard him, like, gossiping.
Oh,
people are just sometimes kind of scared to come and approach me, which is silly, because I'm like a human. I'm like, you guys, I'm a human being. Like, I'm nothing.
Exactly.
I'm not even famous for doing anything. I'm just famous for being me.
Yeah, exactly. This is
so weird.
Come up and say hello. Don't be scared.
Yeah, don't be scared. I won't bite.
No. Okay, and then also you have a current celebrity crush at the moment? Anyone?
Oh gosh. I have no idea. Well, this is funny. So a couple weeks ago, I tweeted Whitney and Chris, and I was like, my tweet was, I was watching Dancing with the Stars, and I said, number 1, why is Derek Huff so attractive? And then I said, number 2, Whitney, give me the hookup. And I was like, number 3, go Chris. And then it became this thing where it was like, Carly wants to, like, date Derek Huff. And I was like, no, I don't. I was just saying you. So anything I say just gets blown totally out of proportion. Like, people take me seriously when I jest, and I just think that that's hilarious.
Wait, did Derek find out?
Oh, probably not. He probably doesn't even care or know. I just think it's funny that I I can't even say, like, oh, someone's cute without people being like, oh my gosh, you want to be his girlfriend. And I'm like, no, I just think he's cute. Like, I don't know him.
Exactly.
Yeah. So weird.
That's crazy. And if you got, like, the chance to do Dancing with the Stars, would you do it?
No.
No.
No. I've had to dance enough in my life in different shows and on cruise ships, and it stresses me out so bad. I can't even, no. Absolutely not.
That's a no.
No.
Okay, and now we have a couple, like, random questions for you. Do you have a favorite fast food restaurant?
I can't eat a lot of fast food because I have a lot of food allergies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so, I don't know, I go to Payway a lot, which is not really fast food, but kind of, because they have a gluten-free menu. Also, I can get salads anywhere and stuff, but it's hard for me to eat fast food.
And I was going to say Texas Whataburger.
That's true. I can eat, like, nothing there.
Oh,
There's nothing I can eat there, which is so sad, because I used to love it. Before I found out I had food allergies, that was, like, my go-to place.
When did you find out?
Like 2 years ago.
Oh, really? And what happened? What made you realize? How did that happen?
I was just having, like, a lot of stomach problems. I've had stomach problems since I was little, but it was just to the point where I was getting so sick all the time. And my last cruise ship, it was really hard to even do shows because I was so sick. And so when I came home, I sent a lot of, blood work and stuff to labs. And when it came back, my food allergies were off the charts.
Oh, my gosh.
Then I had to start being really careful. And my blood work has been, like, really weird for the past couple of years. And since I've taken all these things from my diet, my blood work is completely fine now. So it was totally food that was making me so messed up. So I'm really lucky that I took it upon myself to get tested. Like, I sent away for labs myself.
Oh,
so.
Wow. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
You're better. Was it slowing you down, too? I'm sure you had, like, no energy. I mean, did it get to that point?
Yeah, I had no energy. It was hard to put a foot in front of the other. I would have to do my show that night, and I was like, I don't even have the energy to breathe to sing. That's how sick I was feeling.
Wow.
So it was my last cruise ship was really hard in that aspect, for sure. But I'm a lot better now. So
good. Yes. Now, do you miss the cruise ship atmosphere at all? Do you kind of miss that, or are you kind of glad it's done?
I miss traveling.
You do.
I love to travel. It's like my favorite thing in the world is to travel. I miss that. I don't miss being alone. I mean, you're surrounded by people, but you're also by yourself, in one room, and you're just disconnected from the real world. I don't miss that. That's why I stopped doing cruise ships, because I want real life. I want to find a boyfriend who could potentially turn into a husband, who I can have kids with, and have a life on land and enjoy that.